Do you remember how adults used to scare you when you were a kid? I still remember whenever I refused to sleep, my brother would tease me and say, "If you get out of bed, the critters under it will bite off your feet." Have you ever been scared like that too? Whenever we got a little naughty, adults would say things like, "If you don't behave, a monster will come and get you." Feel free to share in the comments. What was the scariest child-scaring monster you heard of when you were little? In Serbian folklore, there's a monster often used to frighten naughty kids, especially those who sneak out to play at night. That monster is Bauk. In today's video, let's explore this mysterious creature that hides in the shadows and lures its prey with voices. The Serbian monster, Bauk. I'm Mr. Yao, and welcome to the Leyenda Yokai channel. Here, I explore famous yokai and urban legends. If you're into these topics, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Bauk is a terrifying creature from Serbian mythology, known for its 6 arms and its uncanny ability to mimic the voices of other beings. But this mimicry isn't just about copying sounds. It can perfectly reproduce someone's behavior, breathing patterns, and even the subtle tone of a distress call. Because of this, Bauk is an extremely dangerous and deceptive predator. It prefers to hide in dark places, forests at night, shadowy caves, or abandoned houses, waiting to attack those who get lost in the dark, especially children. That's why Bauk is often said to linger around the edges of villages or cities, searching for isolated victims. And since it is believed to prey on children, many Serbian parents use the story of Bauk to warn their kids not to go out at night. What started as a way to protect children has over time evolved into a kind of urban legend, a story passed down to scare misbehaving kids. Bauk has become one of the iconic monsters that represent the fear of darkness in Serbian culture. What's even more chilling is that Bauk doesn't rely on brute force to hunt. Its true power lies in deception. Bauk possesses an almost perfect ability to mimic voices, including those of your loved ones. In the dark, it might call out with a familiar voice, cry like a lost child, or even imitate a missing friend, making you believe someone needs help, leading you step by step into its trap. In many stories, travelers who got lost in forests or abandoned villages reported hearing the voice of someone they knew calling from behind. But once they turned around, they were never seen again. And Bauk's trickery doesn't stop there. In some isolated regions, it is said that Bauk can pose as a god or a spirit of nature, fooling villagers into making offerings. In remote communities cut off from the outside world, it might imitate divine voices or create strange phenomena to convince people they're hearing sacred messages. Over time, entire villages unknowingly built their belief systems around it, offering food, livestock, and sometimes even people generation after generation. Stories of these so-called false gods are not uncommon in Serbian folklore. And they show that Bauk is more than just a predator. It's the dark heart of a twisted faith. This video was made out of my love for the Witcher series. The Witcher has such a fascinating world, blending creatures and stories from Polish folklore, Slavic mythology, Celtic legends, and more. I plan to continue this series by introducing more mythological monsters in this style. So if you're also a fan of The Witcher, don't forget to click the like button. Of course, Japanese yokai and mythology will always remain the main focus of this channel. I'll keep sharing more legends from Japan in upcoming videos. But aside from that, I also want to start exploring myths and monsters from other cultures around the world. If there's a particular country's mythology you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thank you all for your support. Across different regions of the Balkans, descriptions of Bauk's appearance can vary slightly. It is often described as tall and thin, with long, lanky limbs and piercing eyes. Its body a disturbing fusion of human and beast. Sometimes it's said to have razor-sharp claws and to emit a strange, otherworldly aura. Something unnatural, something not meant to exist. In some versions of the legend, Bauk is even said to possess shape-shifting abilities, allowing it to change its form and blend into its surroundings. This makes it even harder to detect and far more terrifying to confront. But what truly makes Bauk horrifying is not just how it looks, it's how it makes you feel. According to legend, when Bauk draws near, it radiates an overwhelming sense of cold dread, like icy tendrils wrapping around your body, paralyzing your limbs, silencing your voice, freezing you in place while you remain fully conscious in the darkness. And then, there's its most terrifying signature, its scream. It's said to sound like fingernails dragging across wood, shrill, sharp, and unforgettable, a sound so disturbing that hearing it once is enough to haunt your nightmares forever. Many forgotten monsters have returned to the spotlight through anime, video games, and other forms of media, and Bauk is one of them. In the trailer for The Witcher 4, the creature that emerges from the darkness lets out a piercing scream and lures its prey by mimicking familiar voices is none other than Bauk. And I hope that more of these forgotten classic monsters will be remembered again through different means. They are more than just creatures from scary stories. They are part of our culture's imagination and collective memory. Of course, Bauk is just a legend. But the next time you're walking alone at night and you hear a strange voice, will you remember this story? If you enjoy my channel, please help by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you next time.